Hey, we are live. Why do I always start why do I always start the stream so weirdly? God. Uh but yeah, we're live. Okay, I have sound. That's good. Sounds always good. Um yeah, my phone hasn't given me notification that we're live. Now it has. Awesome. So, hello, welcome. It's Saturday, it's Danganronpa. I don't have anything else to say. Real life still sucks, but it is what it is, I guess. Uh, I cried about it a lot on it's Saturday. Thursday, I cried about it a lot. I feel better now, so that's nice. And yeah, I guess we should start. I mean, by start, I mean, set skills, because I guess that's a thing that I always forget to do because, oh, I don't have skills. I just have a lot more skill points, but I still don't have any skills. Good to know. Open e-handbook. I think here we just seal the evidence. Yeah, I get to get food bullets and stuff. Oh well. I guess that's that. I don't know how good I'm gonna be at the class trial today. Mainly because, I still keep forgetting that shooting is X instead of A for some reason. And I also managed to fuck up my wrist or something. So that hurts a lot. But I'm not going to the doctor. I'm just gonna complain about it. Either way, first I'll check if I did actually change what this stream is called. I did, awesome. One thing I didn't forget in my life. And other than that, I guess let's get started with the second class trial. Oh, I don't need to voice act much today, that's nice.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
I don't like interrupting Monokuma. I don't like interrupting anyone for some reason. But, yeah, I don't know why, it just freaked me out when I suddenly started talking over him. Yeah, as I said, I won't be doing much voice acting today. I don't know if I'll be doing much talking today. Because, this is voice acted by, like, the actors or the, voice actors, so that's nice. Mainly because I'm getting sick, so talking will suck. But let's get started.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
I will punish everyone besides the black.
then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Ooh, graduation!
Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Ooh. Oh yeah, I don't know if anyone was here last week, but I complained extensively about how stupid Nagi is. I complained so much and I just couldn't handle it. Like right after the stream ended, I messaged my sister and I was like, hey, are you free? I need to rant about how stupid this guy is. You'll see why. I'll tell you why. We received files about a serial killer who possibly killed the Fujisaki Chihiro, the person who was killed. And Nagi was like, oh, there's one thing about the murder that, like, they were suspended. And oh, it's only in these files kept secret by the police that says that, the suspension was part of the MO. So obviously it has to be the serial killer. It's not like anyone in this school could possibly read those files. I mean, it's not like they were in an easily accessible room. Sorry, it still bothers me. First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Oh my god. No, no, no. Come on, there was the dumbbell with blood on it. And the death was caused by a blunt impact. And there was a dumbbell with a ton of blood on it. You cannot tell me that was not the murder weapon. How is that not the first thought you had? Oh, this is a murder weapon. Oh my god. Oh, non-stop debate, awesome. Who do I disagree with? Yeah, locker room dumbbell. I think I only have one bullet because I'm playing like the super easy version.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
How do I speed this up again? B?
It appears it was a head wound.
Yes, it was.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. What kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Yeah, it's all.
Interesting.
Oh, I should have slowed it down. Okay.
That certainly
First-
would make for a powerful weapon.
Okay, not this one. Not hell. I guess I might need to wait until later. No, wait, X. No, that's how I shoot. Okay, I need to wait until later. I wanted to make the voices louder because I don't think you can hear them very well over the music. At least I can't. The weapon had to be at the scene of the crime. There was something with bloodstain on it.
Chihiro's
No shit, was there
it
something
appears
with
it was.
bloodstain on
According
it.
to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt?
I bet it was an.
Okay, and now I slow it down. You will.
That certainly
I
would
slipped it.
Chihiro's
let's try
it
once
appears
again.
it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt?
I bet it was a pipe.
Ah!
Certainly would.
Oh, I pressed the B button instead of the X button to shoot because I had my thumb on the B button. Okay, this is gonna
Chihiro's
take a
it
while,
appears
okay?
it was a head.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt?
I bet it was an.
Okay.
No,
So
he's
the
wrong.
R, pressing R to slow down works only for a while. So I need to actually aim.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell? Found at the scene of the crime?
You mean the one thing that was found on the scene of crime that had a shit ton of blood and could have possibly been used as something to kill someone with? Sure, let's agree that was the murder weapon. I have no clue why we would agree to that, but sure, why not? It's not like it was the most obvious thing there. Voice volume. Let's just crank this up to the max. See how that goes.
It was covered in blood. And there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
Yeah, fair enough. The only two things that had a lot of blood on them at the scene of crime were the carpet and the dumbbell. And I have to assume you can't kill someone by hitting them with a carpet.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Good to know you have our back, kitty son. If this is anything like the last one, she knows the answers already and is just gonna sit there and wait for me to figure it out.
You looked at her head wound?
I mean, yeah. Why not?
Yay! That's so creepy!
I didn't want to be the one to say it, but yes, it kind of is.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit.
Oh god. This super sus guy.
Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
Yeah, again, to anyone who doesn't remember, I wasn't here last week, this is the guy who has been acting like super sus this whole investigation, and he's the one who led us down the whole serial killer thing, even though, again, the serial killer, if you know anything about it, first of all, the serial killer kills their victims with scissors. Even if we argue that they don't have scissors here, knives are much closer than any blunt object, so odds are it wasn't them. And he's the one who was like, hey, the suspension thing is only in these files, so obviously it had to be the serial killer who did it. So, he's sus. All I'm saying is he's super sus.
What? For real?
Uh-huh.
Chihiro's killer is
Genocide Jack.
the fiendish serial killer,
Yep.
Genocide Jack.
Yeah, that's totally the killer. Let's ignore that the MO is totally different from anything Genocide Jack ever did, but sure, it's totally Genocide Jack. Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element. Oh! A new element has been added to the non-sub debate. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely, I have no clue what in the world we're talking about. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullet will disappear if you hit these lines, so think about them as obstacles in your course. But there's a way to keep that white noise from getting in your way. Press the A button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silence on. Oh my god, don't add more stuff into non-sub debates, I'm bad enough at them as is. Okay, let's go. Almighty for action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. Okay, that's very likely. I think I set my difficulty to gentle. Can I check it? I think, maybe? System. Options, return title. Regulations, maybe? No. Okay, I think mine is set to gentle because I was like, I never played this game, I don't want to do anything too hard. So, okay, that might be actually a good thing. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Okay, thank god. Well then, good luck and have fun! Okay, silencer is A. I genuinely don't remember if I had gentle difficulty. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did, otherwise I would have more bullets here.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it.
Oh, this is
Case
really cool.
closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Okay, so maybe it's not on gentle for
Why?
me?
What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Oh, I think I need to disagree with Aslahina here that like
Hey,
there is
so,
proof in the Genocide
speaking
Jack
of
case
Genocide
file.
Jack, I don't know who that is.
Oh, good to know, good to know. Yeah, I haven't seen you during the investigation like at all. Yeah, okay.
The culprit is genocide. Case closed.
But that's a...
Why?
What makes...
Well, I mean, come on. There's
no
just
proof.
no...
Wait, wrong. I pressed the A button instead of the
No,
X
it's
button.
wrong.
It's so hard to shoot with the X. Who shoots with the X? It's always the A, I think at least.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
I genuinely can't think of anything. Again, the MO was too vastly different. Like, sure, if Jada was stabbed with literally anything, I can see it. But for a serial killer that exclusively kills people with, like, stabbing them with scissors to suddenly go into blunt force trauma, that just feels too different. Like, I could be wrong. I'm no, like, crime detective or anything. I don't need to say crime detective, do I? But either way, I'm not anything like that. But I genuinely think that's, like, too different of a way to kill.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library.
Oh, it's the Genocide Jack case file. Yeah, the one how none of us could possibly read it.
I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
This is gonna be painful.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
Yeah, that is a reasonable question. What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
Let's ignore that there was absolutely no reason for a serial killer's files to be in the library. Let's just not talk about that. Let's talk about what was inside that file, sure.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail.
No, it doesn't. I read it and it literally copy-pastes. I think I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case.
Bloodless and suspension. Let's ignore the scissors.
The first is that a bloody message is
bloodless.
found written at the scene of every murder.
Or I think in English it only says bloodlust, but in Japanese it was Chinidora fever, which would be bloodbath fever, I think. Oh, I hope you get better soon. I might soon turn into an alcoholic because despite loving Danganronpa very much, all these people are dumber than bricks.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No.
Let's ignore him.
It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
You have the suspension, which is only inside that file that was inside the library where anyone had access to, so of course only the serial killer could have known about it. I've said this like 10 times since the stream started 13 minutes ago, but this is painful.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Oh my god, it's not just Kirigiri, it's also Togami who's like, tell them Naegi. Oh goodness me. The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case which the world at large doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the position of the body. How? Wait. Oh my god, he just says it has to do with the position of the body and the answer is how the victim was positioned.
I got it! Apparently,
That's a rough one.
in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
And anyone in this school who, you know, saw the file and can read. Which I have to assume could be any of us.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
No, she wasn't.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
I don't know, how did you know about it?
There's only one logical answer I can think of.
They saw the file and can read, which given that we are all high school students should be all of us.
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
I feel like I'm being really mean to these characters, but as I said, this is just painful. This is painful.
No fucking way!
I have to agree, no fucking way, this is bullshit.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
I love her voice so much.
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Oh, he's just gonna say it, okay. I didn't expect that.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
I mean, kind of, I guess. It was also written in the files, if I remember correctly. Now you mentioned it, that the police think that Genocide Jack might have this dissociative identity disorder. I think it used to be known as split personality disorder, so, like, it's two different people, just in the same body. So, is it correct to say that Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko? Because technically that's not true, right, with the ID?
You lie!
Why are you protecting your mortal enemy?
What?
Oh, come on. You made it so clear during the investigation that you knew he knew. Why are you so shocked?
Hey. Okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember?
Oh yeah, she does.
What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
The very convincing kind.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Oh, there we go.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Because getting away with murder is a complicated thing, so discovering who's trying to get away with murder is also complicated. By default. It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Hangman's Gambit. Okay. Do I press the A button or the X button here? I don't remember. God, I don't know. Wait, I need to stop this. Can I stop this? I don't... What? I have no clue what I'm supposed to be going for here. I'm just shooting random letters. I have absolutely no clue what I'm supposed to be looking for. Help me. Influence gauge, concentration. Okay, wait. Okay, so Genocide Jack, dissociative identity disorder, they're two different people in one body. S-H-I. What in the world could that word be? It's got 6 letters. I have absolutely no clue what I'm looking for here. I saw Z-O... Oh, I think I know what I'm looking for. I just don't know how it's written. C should be next. Z should be after that. And O should be last. I don't think this is a word that should be used in polite company or ever.
Now I
and also
understand.
schizophrenia and dissociative identity disorder are very much two different things.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
You know, I see why dissociative identity disorder would have been too long, but writing schizo instead of DID? Again, they are completely different things. Okay, sure. Sure, it's a game from 2010. I don't want to buy it, but I'll buy it. And also, the localization isn't always good, so okay, I'll buy it.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
Yeah, I remember that too.
They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah, I can't pronounce that properly, so I just ramble when I pronounce it, and I'm just like, yeah, that works.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Again, she's your mortal enemy. Why are you protecting her?
Perfectly acceptable.
If one of us is Genocide Jack, it's as right to, accuse her as anyone else.
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Oh yeah, that is true. She was like, I'm scared of blood, then she fainted, and then she was somewhat crazy, and then she hid in her room until the end of the investigation. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality, it has to do with her behavior. Her behavior changed.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Okay, she was like laughing or something. I'm fine, I'm fine. Oh, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back and a top, eye naked and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
She was laughing a lot, true.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Yeah, don't assign adjectives to me.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm.
I wouldn't call her utterly calm. She was laughing a lot, at least, but...
In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
Yeah, fair enough.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I mean, she did lock herself in and was like, I won't let Genocide Jack hurt anyone or something, so I guess that makes sense. I won't let Genocide Jack have control. Yeah, that is pretty obvious in hindsight. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in.
But Genocide Jack from getting out? Not that that would work. Like, the moment she turns to Genocide Jack from Fukawa Toko, which as far as we know happens when she faints, which could happen for any reason, there's nothing stopping Jack from opening the door.
It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
You're not exactly Saul.
Yeah. How can you know all this?
He read the file.
I do believe you misunderstood her.
She wasn't asking how you know this?
What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is,
oh, yeah.
How could you tell them?
That is true. It was, like, they didn't explicitly say it, but I feel it was pretty obvious during the investigation that Fukawa knew who Togami knows about Genocide Jack. Fair enough.
Huh?
Yeah, what are you telling them, Byakuya?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story.
Ooh, interesting.
She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
And she randomly told her crush about it? That sounds bizarre, but okay. She's weird enough for that.
And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
Among other things, I'd say she hasn't had exactly stellar childhood.
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
I mean, do you want her to say the truth, or what you want to hear?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Why did you trust him? He was very explicit about trusting no one.
What?
And playing for his own gain.
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
I can't believe you trusted him.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
I don't think he would have kept quiet even if he did ask her.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
And Byakuya's an asshole.
Besides, you broke your promise first.
Did she?
You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
But did Genocide Jack kill anyone? Because as I've said before, you know, hitting someone with a blunt object is very different from stabby stabby.
But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Oh my god, that's so stupid. Hey, I'll keep my serial killer alter ego, you know, locked up or make sure they don't kill. Will they go on a date with me if I do that? How did the conversation go? I need to know that. That sounds so bizarre.
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
Yeah, I don't think that's how that works. I don't think Gawa did any of that consciously. Just like I don't think Genocide Jack killed Fujisaki. But sure, let's keep going.
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But you think
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I
Only
hate
kinda.
you.
No, you don't.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
Oh my god, we're calling for Genocide Jack. We'll have a serial killer here. Is this exciting or horrifying? I don't know.
The person?
Yep.
You don't mean...
He does. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Hey, the music's back.
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Yay!
Yes! What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do?
Nothing really, I guess.
I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
I still like the idea that Hope's was like, hey, this person has killed who knows how many people. But also, that means they're really good at murder. And they're in the correct range category. Let's recruit them for the school. What could possibly go wrong?
What the fuck is this?
The ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. Haven't we been over that?
Toko, what happened to you?
That's not Toko.
Not Toko! That's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality! So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
No, they're a serial killer. I love her. I don't know why, but I love her. She's funny.
She's so intense.
Yeah, she's funny.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
We've been over this. They're two different people. Get used to
Yes,
it.
well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
Oh yeah, she did say something like that when she saw the body, right? The front and back, top and bottom.
Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane! She's a serial killer with a split personality disorder. What about it wasn't insane before?
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, Fatso.
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Why would she want to be stuck in school with you of all people?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
Wrong answer.
Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
It's all your assumption.
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
Yeah, how dare you? Yeah, how dare you? It's obviously so different to keep 15 high schoolers stuck in a school so that they kill each other compared to, you know, killing mainly adult men with scissors and hanging their bodies. Two completely different things. How dare you confuse them together?
And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless!
Hey.
I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Yeah, they did. As I said, Hopespeak was just like, hey, they're a serial killer, but they're in the correct age range and also a really good serial killer. Let's get them to our school. God, how did that conversation even go? Wow, that sounds so insane.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
She's not wrong, but also don't murder people. That's a bit too far.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
She's so deeply philosophical, and yet then she's like, just kidding.
This should be
Again, I
enough
love
to
her.
convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
Still nothing. Still doesn't convince me in any way, shape, or form.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
There's a motive?
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us?
Deepest, darkest secrets, yeah.
If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack.
Wait, let's assume that the secret was about Genocide Jack, so she decided to kill someone, try that she's Genocide Jack, but she used Genocide Jack's, suspension MO, so that we find out Genocide Jack is actually her during the class trial? That makes less than no sense. Byakuya, go sit in the corner with the rest of the stupid bugs, because this I keep saying these people are dumber than Briggs. I think I have been insulting Briggs the whole time.
If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Which is precisely why she went all Genocide Jack and killed someone, so that, we would have a reason to suspect Genocide Jack even fucking exists in this school.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting.
Yep.
But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Thank goodness.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
It wasn't bizarre. Chihiro was hit. Chihiro was hit with a dumbbell to the head. It was a not clean. It was a quick, easy murder. The suspension was bizarre, but the murder itself wasn't. Genocide Jack's bodies are much. Where was it? I think I should have it somewhere in the case files. Genocide Jack's scenes were much more bloody. Where was it? Broken Genocide Jack's case file. Can I open this stuff? No, I can't. Okay. They had pictures in the last one, and they were much more bloody. This was literally nothing compared to Genocide Jack's actual crime scenes.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
I mean, it's worth pursuing other avenues, especially when, as I said, literally everything is so different from the way Genocide Jack normally kills her victims.
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
And that's just mean. He's a serial killer, not a monster. Two different things. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What exactly is it? That all of Genocide Jack's victims were exclusively male? That she killed exclusively with scissors? Or, that Chihiro was tied up with cable cord, strung up with a cable cord, not with, the scissors? What exactly is bothering you? I have a list. I just said it. What she said, I need to get some more detail about all of this. Yeah, we're shooting the Genocide Jack case file, I'm pretty sure. Oh, status of the dead body. Okay, that's a new one.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
Fair enough.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
I'm bad at this.
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi...
Not in the least.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, okay, so status of the body is that Chihiro was killed with blunt force trauma and the other victims of Genocide Jack were
Are the
stabby
methods
stabby.
of murder really exactly the same? I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Oh, that's slight! Slight would be if she didn't have her custom-made scissors, so she resorted to knives. This is too different!
Huh? How's it any different?
Oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction.
And scissors.
I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things.
Scissors.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Good to know.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There are only two, okay. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and the stomach. You mean the scissors?
I got it! For one,
No, is it
the cause
scissors?
of death is different.
It's the scissors.
In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
I love Danganronpa, but actually playing it, I am happy I am playing, like, parts of it each week and not the whole thing at once. Because, oh my god. Oh my god.
According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Good to know.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
No way. Who would have thought, given that we established at the beginning of this trial that it was a blow from a fucking dumbbell?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Oh, yeah. It kinda is, isn't it, if you think about it real hard.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
Ish. Given that the scissors were all apparently custom made, I can see Genocide Jack not having her scissors in, you know, a murder school where we don't have any access to the outside world. But it would still be less, you know, dumbbell and more knife and nothing else.
And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That the victims are all male?
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
I guess she's really into cooking.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
I kind of see the correlation. I mean, don't cook people, but I kind of see the correlation.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
The cable cord versus the scissors? That's right, the second difference is really how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. The hands... Here, you'll see a clear difference. What was just a suspension?
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
We have been over this now, Yukun. If there's something you can plug into a wall, it's not a rope.
What is your point?
Well, in all the
Extension cord,
previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
Scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
Or the weapon itself.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement.
Yeah, I read the file, I know.
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
Yeah, whoever did this was an amateur, obviously.
And you know what else?
That you exclusively kill nails?
Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Yeah, he is.
Big Mac?
He's stupid.
Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Yes, that all her victims are male, and Chihiro's a female as far as we're aware.
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who
here
the
we go,
victims
the
were in
victims.
each Genocide Jack case.
Yeah, the victimology is also important.
There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
I don't know, is it that all your previous victims were male? And Fujisaki Chihiro is presumably female?
Pattern.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Yeah, think real hard about who her victims were. It's not like, you know, it's so easy to tell that they were all male or anything. Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. Oh my fucking god. If you look at the names of every victim, if you look at the picture of every victim, and you know, they specifically say it in the case that, oh, it was a male. They say it in the file. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. It's because Chihiro was a friend.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Someone give the man a medal and then please get him, you know, get rid of him so I don't have to deal with him anymore.
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking
At least
about?
someone has brain cells. Thank you, Genocide Jack.
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They just so happen to be male. What a weird correlation. Ken Harada, 32, Tetsuhiro Honda, 17, Shoji Gaku, 23, Kano Ise, 14, Takeshi Yoshida, 30, Komatsuna Taro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida Naohira, Takeshi Masamue, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it.
They were all guys?
Yeah?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
Yeah, she kills, you know, guys because she's attracted to guys, I guess. Don't question her.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Oh yeah, you could crawl into a hole. I see it. You look very embarrassed.
The hell is wrong with you?
Don't be mean to her. She's awesome. And much smarter than all of you put together. Oh my god, this trial has been so painful.
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl! And the mopey side of me just hates it! But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged man-madam!
I love her, but I don't understand any of what she just said.
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Back to Mundo.
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Just because they're both humans, there's no way she'd kill her if it's not a guy. Don't be stupid.
I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it.
Just referred to her killing people as the hobby. Oh my god, this is great.
It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Not really. I mean, come on. It's not like someone forced her to kill. Like, what did Chihiro do? Like, try to kill Genocide Jack, and Genocide Jack was like, oh, I'll kill you in retaliation? That did not happen. Come
Quiet, lowly cur!
Yeah, quiet, lowly car.
Lowly cur?
I'm glad someone finally said this to him. I have no clue what it means, but I agree with
petty
it.
as mere survival.
Yeah, how dare you insinuate that? She's an artist, a 5-star Michelin chef. Michelin is 3 stars, doesn't it? 3-star Michelin chef.
And if by some fluke I did kill to survive,
It would still be a pretty boy, huh?
why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
Yeah, I think I said this sometime earlier today, didn't I? That like, hey, if we use Genocide Jack's MO of suspension and blood bath fever, it's way too obvious it's Genocide Jack, come on.
That does make some amount of sense.
Some amount? Sure.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors.
Fair enough. Do you have them with you?
Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Yeah, that is true. That is very true.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
If she couldn't find any scissors, she could still, stabby you with a knife. She doesn't need to use a stupid dumbbell.
Any scissors?
She's gonna get fit.
I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Yeah, the fab would say they were custom made.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Or so you'd like to think.
Are you sure about that? Da-da-da-da!
That is very creepy.
She's fully equipped.
Yep.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you!
I've never argued with you. You make complete sense. I've been on your side since the beginning. This is bullshit. And it only took us 40 minutes to figure it out.
I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Fair enough. Knots are hard.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
Innocent is a word I would not use, but has not killed Chihiro, sure. Oh, Bushy, thank you so much for following. Yeah, as I said, innocent is a word, but yeah, she hasn't killed Chihiro.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
We've been over this. It's in the file that is in the library that anyone can access at any point in time. And I have to assume you 13 or 12 or however many high school students can't. Why would you possibly assume that no one found out about the file? Like before the trial, Byakuya and Nagi at the very least knew about it and read from it. Oh my fucking god. Common sense would go so far in this. So far. Giri, will you save us? You're like the only person who has any common sense, and I think that's why you don't talk at all, because otherwise these cases would be too fast.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Yeah, but someone had to tell us that the file exists, doesn't it? Which means they read it. Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Anyone who can read in this school. But yeah, one person we know has read it. Because they told us about it. Here he is.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it?
It's possible anyone could have found out, but we know for a fact that Byakuya has.
You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents.
Oh my god, people.
Or internal police records.
It's in the fucking library. Anyone can get to it. That's not evidence of anything. Anyone could get to it. The only reason we know Byakuya did is because he was the one who told us it existed. Oh my gosh.
Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack
there we
file
go.
before this all happened, hadn't you?
Yeah, he did tell us that, yes.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Not necessarily, just that he would know about the suspension and bloodbath. The blood loss message. Why they translated it from Japanese into blood loss instead of bloodbath fever, I don't know, but oh well.
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was...
Because he's the killer!
Because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
And now she's like, Gava sent it over the asshole.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
That he wouldn't do something as lowly as killing someone with a dumbbell of all things. I don't know.
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
You deserve it.
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
At chapter 2? Like right at the start of it?
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Oh, that too, I guess. And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious. It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right?
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say?
Yeah, that does make sense. I think it's going well so far, in as far as the game's going. It's going bad insofar as my mental health, because these people are dumber than bricks. It takes them 45 minutes to find out that if the serial killer wanted to keep that she's a serial killer hidden, she wouldn't have put her, you know, signature all over the crime scene. So either she didn't do it, or she's the dumbest person ever, which, well, these people, I think the second one's also a possibility. Either way, stream's going good, my mental health is declining real fast because of these guys. But it's fun, I guess.
The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But we didn't know that Chihiro was the victim. We just knew that something was going on. I don't exactly remember. It was 2 weeks ago. But we didn't know that Chihiro was the victim. We didn't know there was a murder yet.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to the non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Tell me! Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. The fuck? If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the X button, I can absorb it. I think? Then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. They are and it's painful, but it's fun nonetheless, so that's good. That's good about it. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to use flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wit, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun! Okay, so I need to absorb a statement and shoot it at a different statement, I think. I need to hold X. Okay. Medical file number 2.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it!
Someone kill
That's
him.
a natural reaction for any guy!
We are in a murder school. I
The
dare you kill
victim
him.
was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
Did we know that Chihiro was the victim?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay. Doesn't make sense how we would have known before we even found it.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
No? Pursue. Don't scare me like that.
Shoot!
Okay, I'll be completely honest, I never played this game and I'm really bad at it. Can't I look through... What was it? Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being the girl, I realized there's a contradiction there, because it doesn't make sense that we could have known that before we'd even found it. Oh, okay, so I'm supposed to do it in reverse. I'm supposed to assign a statement.
You said Byakuya was acting kind
and
of
shoot
weird
it
before
at
we
the
found
statement
the body.
about
But he was
the victim
acting-
was
If
Chihiro.
you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural
Okay, that
reaction.
makes
The
sense.
victim was Chihiro.
I think these could work like either way.
No, that's wrong.
Because it's one thing contradicting the other. They just contradict each other. But I think I just wasn't playing it in the order the game wanted to.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that.
How did you know who the victim was before we found the fucking body? Yeah.
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Yeah.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Unless you already knew who the victim was.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
Also,
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
I don't. Kirigiri saved me. What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care? I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is.
I
think.
You sound so confident now,
There
Yukun.
is more to it. Think about
And
it.
there's our savior. Thanks, Kirigiri.
We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents.
Oh, it's the cable, yeah, because she wasn't hung with the rope, she was hung with the extension cord. Yeah,
The
yeah,
proof you're
library.
looking for is hidden in there.
Yeah, thanks for giving us a sentence to introduce yourself once again after since you haven't spoken in the past 15 minutes. See you again in another 15 minutes, Kirigiri-san. Oh, prove that I'm a culprit, you mean? The difference between this case and the other Genocide Jack murders? The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be? What could it possibly be? It's the extension cord, yeah.
What? The difference You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors.
Not really.
And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Maybe this one? But Chihiro was suspended with...
Rope.
It was some kind of rope.
Okay, so it's not this
Was
one.
it not?
Oh, I was supposed to shoot
That's
at the one
right!
before.
It absolutely
Okay.
was!
Was it a
Then
rope
there
though?
must be something very fishy
I can't
indeed
shoot
about
at
that
all.
rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Ah, wrong button.
Obviously,
Damn it.
somebody else must have had it hidden away
Okay,
somewhere.
wait, how do I switch? No? How do I switch the cylinder again? No, I know it. I now know
What?
which
The difference
statement I'm
between the
supposed to
cases?
shoot. I just don't remember how I switch around. Nope. Help me, game. Control. Aim, silence, fast forward, open handbook, fire through blood, suck through blood. L.
You want me to explain it again?
I'm trying to do L.
When
and
I
it's
want
not
to
working.
kill, I use my very own special scissors.
Select triplet is L. Oh, is it because I'm not supposed to have...
And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Is it because I'm not supposed to have multiple triplets because I just have one and I just accidentally observed one?
What? The difference between the case? You want me to explain it? When I want to kill, and I use those same scissors.
But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right! It absolutely...
Then there
I've
must be
never seen that
something...
rope in
Hey,
my
Byakuya,
life.
where'd you get it?
I'd never...
Yes, okay, I finally got it. I'm not good at Hagman's Gambit. Wait, wrong game. I'm not good at non-stop debate.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it
It's
before.
great how I alternate between insulting these characters for being dumber than bricks and then just failing at non-stop debates like 3 times in a row.
Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord,
No way, that was an extension cord? Who would have thought? With that, you know, I don't know what it's called, plug? Cable? Oh my god. It's not like if you touched it you would be able to tell the difference between a rope and an extension cord. It's not like one of those is, you know, rope. The second one is plastic.
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you?
Yep, we've been over this.
And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time?
Yep, and the one that's not currently in the library. Surprise Pikachu face.
Went missing after the murder.
Shook us.
And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
So far, I mean, I really like Celeste because when I did the first class try, I just absolutely loved her voice, and I spend like all my free time events with her. So I love her. So far at least, and she's good. The free time events so far with her were really nice. I think her. The other person I like a lot is Kitty Kitty, mainly because you know she's very much a I know everything but Nagi, you tell them, but at the same time it's nice to have someone who's not dumber than 20,000 bricks in here. But I will be completely honest with this, I try to be. I know how this ends. I watched the anime, and then I watched gameplays of the other 2 games. I'm just trying to, you know, pretend to be completely oblivious about this. Just FYI.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That would make sense. And who's your favorite character from this game, at least?
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
No one said that. We just said that you're the one who hung Chihiro. Just to make it clear.
I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it.
Yes, you did. That is very much what we are saying, yes.
Is that about right?
Yeah, except the murder part. I don't think you're killing someone with a dumbbell sort of person. That is very impulsive. You seem more like poisoning someone. That's more planned and also cleaner. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
Yeah, that is a very reasonable statement. As I said, like, Celeste is mine because I just love her voice and spend free time events with her. But I totally get Giddy Giddy. Like, out of these people, she's the only one who has more than 0 brain cells. It might not be many, or she's just not using them much. Or, you know, she's mainly just sitting there and letting me figure it out, but at least she's not dumber than bricks. That's, at this point, that's where the threshold is.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
We kept calling this a game, right?
Genocide
So
Jack's
you'd be
really
totally
fun as
willing
well.
to do something like this to win.
Just met her, love her though.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh?
At least
Do we
when
really need to? We've already decided who did it.
At least when we need him, Nagi-kun decides to, you know, not be as dumb as a brick. I don't know. I think they just wanted a goofy character. A lot of these characters look totally goofy. I just love his legs because he's just a ball, and then he's got like sticks for legs. It's just funny.
I know, but still. There's something that's still bothering me.
Like, how did he manage to kill Chihiro and the girls? No, I guess we figured that one out.
Is that
How
right?
he would be able to kill
And
Chihiro
what,
and the
pray
girls'
tell,
locker room.
is still bothering you?
I still say that what would bother me is that you're not the kill someone with a dumbbell, you're the kill someone with a poison sort of guy.
I
As said,
killed her in the
cleaner,
girls' locker room, then
easier to
disguised my
conceal.
crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath.
And I think if you did want it to be like Genocide Jack, you would have killed Chihiro with scissors, you know, to keep everything, you know, 1-to-1 with the actual murderer.
What about all that bothers you?
That this wasn't the work of Genocide Jack, very clearly. Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... And here's the revelation we have thanks to Sakura and her protein shakes. Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about that, what he said. The scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right?
Yeah, but unless the girls' locker room had, you know, a big boob girl in a swimsuit for some reason, and the boys had a boy band, that's not what happened.
But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing.
Is it though?
What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
You're trying to be smart, but you're so dumb right now.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
Have you never heard of the killer disposing the body so that the scene of the crime is different than the scene where the body is discovered?
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Disposing of the body!
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later.
Yep.
Along with the rest of the murder scene.
That's a weird sentence, but he's not technically wrong.
The rest of the murder scene?
And Becca's like, the fuck are you talking about?
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I do! I talk with Sakura and I know things!
I believe I do.
I actually investigated instead of pretending to know everything. Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? A lot, yeah. When the story suddenly moved up to the crime scene, Byakuya, who's been so confident up until now. Maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else. It's really hard not to realize it, but sure. Again, dumber than bricks, every single one of these scenes.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come
gonna
on,
explain
Makoto.
it. Don't worry.
If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
I mean, I think him explaining it is gonna force me to play another non-stop debate, which, as I said, I'm really bad at. But I think he's gonna explain it. Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys and the girls' locker room. Oh, okay, I do need to play Hangman's Gambit. Not Hangman's Gambit. The other thing. What's it called again? I just said it. Non-stop debate. Mr. 11037 was the culprit of the first crime, so he got executed. I'd say sadly, but I didn't get to be attached to him. He was there for not too long. Okay. Oh, I think I'm supposed to use the big boob girl. Status of the body posters.
I got it!
This one.
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Yes.
Your proof is some posters?
Yes, because obviously the boys' locker room would have the, you know, swimsuit model, and the girls' locker room would have the male idol group, not vice versa. What sort of girl would possibly want to look at a swimsuit model? Don't be stupid. Sorry, female swimsuit model. Don't be stupid.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
I think it's strange that they're letting this into a high school of all places. I'd get it in a university. Maybe it would still be weird of the faculty to do it. But in a high school of all places, that's the most bizarre part of this.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Why would a high school locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Not the point, but
Meanwhile,
yeah, I see it.
The boys' locker room had
a teen idol group.
a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
Never heard
Again,
of them.
That doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
That doesn't belong anywhere.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
Among other things.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms.
The carpets.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Yes.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
The protein coffee. I don't know if that's a mistranslation or not, but it just sounds so funny.
Protein coffee?
She puts protein in her coffee, don't question it.
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
The Monokuma janitors were working overtime to get rid of it, yes, yes. No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. And now we go to the carpet. Oh, it's boys' locker room carpet.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that
Protein
the
coffee is
carpets were
still-
switched too?
Yeah,
But
makes
why
sense.
would anyone do that?
They wanted to bamboozle us into thinking Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, when in fact, Chihiro was killed in the boys' locker room.
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
Yes, it makes sense.
What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
So the killer sure is lucky that the blood only got on the dumbbell, the carpet, and the poster, not, you know, the wall, which was literally next to the poster. What a coincidence.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
That's a question.
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
It's a good question.
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room,
How did Chihiro get in there?
then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Now you're asking questions. The good questions.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Oh my god, it's 30% accurate prediction.
I highly doubt that.
Same.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Do tell. Is he right? Would Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Yeah, it is possible. The leftover broken e-handbook from the, what's it called? Front
Is it
entrance.
really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Sure, why not?
Ah! I've got it!
I'm sure you do.
She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Doubt.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all.
I guess.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
I mean, I think it would have been theoretically possible,
No,
but
I don't
no
think
problem.
that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Oh, wrong.
That! She could get into the
I
boys'
pressed the wrong
locker
button.
room, no problem.
Yeah, no. There were two girls' handbooks, and then there was the broken
Could
handbook, so I need to
really
contradict the Leon
She must have
statement
hacked
here.
her She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have been no.
Well, I don't. She used the thing that. Huh?
What
I'm
thing?
talking about.
Yes.
No,
Did it. This took a while.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Because we found Junko's and Naizanos, I forgot her other name, the handbooks, but the third one was broken.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Was it though?
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
But that still doesn't solve the question of how did Chihiro get in if Leon's handbook was broken.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Against lending someone your own handbook.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says
play on
nothing
words.
about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yep.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
God, I love Monokuma.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used
He's
her
funny.
ultimate programmer skills and...
Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
Shucks. There goes that theory.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook,
Then maybe Chihiro wasn't a she at all.
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just.
Okay,
wrong?
I guess we're going with that
It
one
seems
first.
like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro's killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Thank you, Xavier.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
It only took her 20 minutes to appear this time.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
She may only show up once every 20 minutes, but she is like trillion times more important than you. Which, saying that, yes, trillion times 0 is still 0, but she is still exponentially more important than you and contributes so much more.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
Chihiro was a bully.
what?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Oh, interesting.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Her job!
Don't worry.
Don't bother her.
This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
I mean, whatever pleases the audience, I guess.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Ooh, recess!
Huh? For real?
Yay, it's recess. We get to take a break.
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
And an unhappy Monokuma, as we all know, is the murders Monokuma. Yay!
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Sure. Trial suspended. Oh, okay, we don't have that in this game. So, before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was Chihiro's room? Oh no. Okay.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
Oh, because this is still part of the class trial. They have still voice acting. That's cool.
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Oh my god, she wants us to see Chihiro's genitals, doesn't she? So that we can confirm whether Chihiro is a male or a female.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
I mean, you could use her eyes as well, but oh my god.
No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Anyone's dead body is disgusting. This whole conversation is disgusting.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
And no level of morality? As I
Very
said,
well.
touching
I'll
anyone's
do
dead
it.
body is just disgusting. Unless you're a medical examiner, then you have a good reason. But other than that, it's just disgusting.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
First of all, that's sexism. Second of all, if we assume Chihiro's dead because that is what, Chihiro's dead. Chihiro's a girl, which we currently do assume, wouldn't it be better to have a female touch her body? Again, still weird, but better, I think.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
We have talked before about how Chihiro really didn't like hanging out with girls, so I don't think that is true, but sure.
So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some
Don't know
kind
what
of
that
secret
means,
girl
sorry.
on girl action? Is that what you two are about?
No, I mean, yeah, Sakura and certainly have something going on.
That's not it at all. Stop
Totally
screwing
it.
around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Couldn't Kirigiri just have told us? Because, like, she obviously knows what's going on. Wait, she didn't need to drag all, like, 10 of us or however many of us there are to touch Chihiro's body. God. This game. Again, I like it, but some things are just, oh my fucking god. Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Can't you just tell us since you already touched her body, obviously?
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this?
And I think Sakura found the thing that I don't know what to call it.
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Why not? Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is...
A boy.
Is what?
Is a boy!
At least biologically, I guess.
So she was actually a he. Interesting.
And then he's gonna freak out.
Thank you for confirming this fact.
What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Maybe? It's hard to tell. Because, like, I don't think this game ever explains if Chihiro was trans or not and just dressed as a girl, which is a complicated thing. Slightly less than, you know, Kirigiri be just like, hey, let's all take a recess and go touch Chihiro's body. Oh my god.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh no, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Or she was trans. That is still a possibility. Again, the game never addresses it.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
I think Kyoko could have very well just explained it to everyone instead of calling us here and being like, hey, let's see Chihiro's dead body. This is so god.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
This chapter is just insane. First they mess up, mix together, dissociative identity disorder and schizophrenia. And they cause schizophrenia by something really nasty, which I'm not gonna do. And now they're just like, hey, let's search this dead corpse. And also, let's not address the idea of trans people. I'm not saying Chihiro was, I'm just saying the game never addresses it, so I have no clue what to do about that. This chapter needs to end. It's painful for multiple reasons, currently the least of them being how stupid they all are.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Yeah, now because Byakuya didn't know Chihiro was a guy, and that's...
I do apologize for
they were
keeping you
killed in
waiting.
the boys'
Now
locker
then,
room.
let's resume the class
Obviously
trial.
not the killer.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy.
Maybe.
Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Well, maybe Chihiro wasn't born a girl, but maybe she was a girl. What do we know? The only thing I know is that, you know, I have no clue what fucking pronoun to use for Chihiro, and that this chapter needs to end. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, thought had never even crossed my mind. Well, Chihiro didn't want it to cross your mind so good.
And because the victim was male,
Maybe.
he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Given that Monokuma said that, like, hey, I knew Chihiro was a guy, I had to assume the gender was listed as male.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Were they, though? Were they a boy? That is questionable. As I said, I have no coach pronouns to use, so from now on, I will just use they.
So then, there should
I
be
feel
no
like that's
issue
the
with
best one.
Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was
Murder
killed in the
happened
boys'
in
locker
the boys'
room,
locker room, yeah.
and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Yeah, and as Monokuma said before, dead body counts as an object, not as a person, so they would have no problem getting the dead body into the girls' locker room either.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd.
Did you?
I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
First of all, I have no clue what the word incongruity means, so I'm gonna Google that. Second of all, you had no fucking clue Chihiro wasn't a girl, or bio girl. Incongruity, the state of being incompatibility. There was a certain incompatibility to his female body, so he's just saying I didn't think he was a girl, which again, I am not gonna comment upon that, and we are using they them pronouns. Let's just get this over with.
This is the most titillating situation!
This is the most insane situation.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Except for the killer and the motive.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
He didn't know that the murder happened in the boys' locker room, so odds are it's not him.
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Ah, he's off in his own little world.
He is, isn't he?
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
I haven't thought that for a while now.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it.
Except it doesn't look like Genocide Jack did it, but sure.
But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What a shock!
What?
After 20 minutes!
You the one who accused him in the first place?
No, he just said that Byakuya is the one who would know how to stage it as Genocide Jack's skill.
He just
Not
seems
that
to
he
be
didn't.
too
Not that he murdered
easygoing
Chihiro.
about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery.
Which he is. Loser.
The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
Which it does, because if we die, he dies with us.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus,
In
the
essence.
evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt.
Again, again, Byakuya is the sort of guy that if he wanted to kill you, he would and he'd get away with it.
He
Plain and
consciously
simple.
chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder.
Yeah.
At least, that's how I see it.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So
Yeah, the
that's your
killer
thinking,
presumably
huh?
knew that.
Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but
Fair enough.
it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
For the time being, I'm not the killer, but if we come back to the theory that I'm a killer, I won't dispute it then. Why would I?
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit.
What a shock!
I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Yeah, for his twisted murder mystery, whatever.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, he's not. He's just insane.
No, I am
think
not
I'm going insane as well because
effing
of this
with
case,
you
though.
right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
I don't find it very hard to believe at all.
Go ahead.
He's
Find
been
it
acting
very
like
hard
it's
to
all
believe.
douchebags
You're free to be
like
executed
Sarah
along with the rest of us.
I think I talked over it. Go ahead, find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
Why not? He
My
wanted to be
reasons
fun.
hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
Fair enough.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Presumably a guy. Given that there's 2 girls' handbooks and one doesn't work. I mean, sorry, there's 2 girls' handbooks that work and one that doesn't work, like an extra third one. So presumably it was a guy. If they were in the guy's locker with Jado. So we can cut out like half the cast, and if we say it wasn't you, then we're cutting out one more.
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
Oh fuck. Oh, it's fine. We're finally getting to, the good stuff, hopefully, maybe. Question mark.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
We just got to the conclusion that it wasn't Byakuya. Sorry about that.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Yep.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
True.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Yay. They're gaining brain cells. Slowly, very slowly, but they're gaining brain cells. I was trying to clap, but really quietly, so I didn't think that worked well.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Nope. 0 brain cells.
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
No, ants are smarter than you. Don't insult ants, please.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
It's a murder investigation. But if Byakuya didn't do it, who did? And who's the real killer? Who murdered Jiro? And why? That might also be important. There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is Genocide Jack, obviously.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in, since Leon's handbook is apparently broken. We have been over this, or Monokuma was over this. He didn't explicitly say, but he made it very clear that there's no way a handbook would break through something as stupid as 1,000 dead blows. So odds are that's not actually Leon's handbook that's destroyed, but each their own. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Yeah, like how far past is Mail at this point. Select account. Okay. Goody goody.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Okay, I'm not supposed to shoot at the single clue. Okay. Maybe you have some idea, but I don't understand at all.
Shoot!
I thought it was obvious. We have a clue that Celeste was like, oh, I saw Chihiro here yesterday when they were going to train, and I saw their, tracksuit.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but... Did nobody get a look at the killer?
Chihiro did, presumably.
I'm sure if someone
try
saw the
seance?
killer, they would have said something by now.
Presumably.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Celeste did, but I can't shoot
Yeah.
anything here.
All we need right now is any kind of new
Wait.
info.
It's over.
I missed it.
You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the
Oh,
killer.
wait. I'm supposed to shoot this one. Only the killer.
No, that's wrong.
Whoa! Celeste saw the victim as well!
I
These are
believe
hard,
someone
okay.
else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
I love her accent. Yeah, we did get to this at the end of the investigation. That, as I said, she saw Chihiro getting a tracksuit, being like, oh, I'm gonna train or something.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
Yeah, spit it out.
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag.
This is a really nice scene.
And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
Presumably.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
Oh yeah, we did say that, didn't we?
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
Or they took it into their room where we didn't investigate. We didn't go into people's rooms this time. Unlike last time during the investigation.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
That he's going with someone? Well, I'm gonna get going. I'm kind of in a hurry. Alright.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry.
Which implies that he had to be somewhere on time, and you're usually somewhere. You usually have to be somewhere on time when you have someone else waiting for you, or depending on you being there on time.
But
I just
why
said that
would he be
weirdly.
in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Yeah, that is what I meant. I just can't English anymore. Today's been painful.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
It would appear so.
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Maybe because he don't want to be around girls. We've been over this. Chihiro was always more chummy with the guys, as we said before.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
And Chihiro wasn't afraid anyone else would find out their secret? Sure.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
Usually you do.
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
What a murderous friendship.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just
odds
gotta
are-
figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
Sorry, I was just looking around my table and I found my plane ticket from last year, June. No clue why I have this. I should throw it away.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Do I?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Do I?
Seriously?
Oh yeah, I do, because of the broken handbook. Because Monokuma said that there's no way that just, measly death blows or something would destroy the handbook, but that it's weak to heat, I'm pretty sure. So, there's only 2 people who would fulfill that criteria.
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of.
I don't know about that one, actually.
Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Should it?
Are you sure about that?
I don't think it has anything to do with the tracksuit or the duffel bag. But with the handbook.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Oh, she wants to. Okay, I think I know what she's doing. She either doesn't know either who the killer is, or she just wants them to say themselves that there's a killer. She wants to catch them in a lie or something. Either catch them in a lie or catch them having information they shouldn't have.
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
I mean, she could.
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Fair.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to
Another
say,
month of debate.
but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
Yeah, she wants the killer to reveal more info than he's supposed to have.
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse.
I would know. I have seen all the duffel bags in the warehouse.
All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
I have seen all of them. I know, but they all look exactly the same.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from.
I just like the idea of, like, you know, goth Molly or whatever she's supposed to be, Celeste, in her, like, European getup with her stupid hair, sitting down on the floor in the warehouse to look through every single box, having the duffel bags to be like, are these all the same? I need to know exactly what they look like.
Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Plausible.
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Yeah, she wants to catch the killer having more info than he's supposed to. Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. At least the music's cool. So it's the house.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Yeah,
He was on his way to go exercise.
Yep.
So next we have to ask,
Home.
why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
Maybe he likes the color.
What do you
They
mean,
like
the
the
specific tracksuit?
But it's hard to keep the. It's hard to
I
keep
got
the
it!
pronouns
He
whenever
picked
I'm
that
saying the wrong one.
tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Okay, that would sound reasonable.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the
And here's the killer saying more than he's supposed to know.
No, it's wrong.
I mean, that's right, but how do you know that?
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Celeste never said anything about a blue tracksuit, now did she?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
I saw him stuffing a jacket and a tracksuit into a duffel bag. And then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
she never
the
said
correct pronouns,
anything about the jacket's color.
Yep,
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
yep.
What are you? You just...
And we caught the killer knowing more than he's supposed to.
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
Blue.
As a matter of fact, it was blue?
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
Maybe Kitty Giddy, she seems to know stuff.
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then,
I am the killer.
Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
It's
But because
easy, isn't it?
I just...
I'm the
I'm
killer!
sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Well, there were none. Didn't we just say that the duffel bag and the tracksuit were gone without a trace?
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Yep. Kitty Giddy-san decides to do something since this, you know, for once. And she's literally pulling this trial. We couldn't have done any of this without her.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was.
I love how we spend like 40 minutes on the whole is Genocide Jack the killer, and then we spend like 20 minutes on who the actual killer is, or even less, just because Kirigiri is like, okay, I'm bored of this, let's get to the point.
Is if he saw Cherry with it before he died!
Cherry.
That's the only possibility!
Cherry?
Don't question it, nicknames.
Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just the fact that he said blue tracksuit speaks for itself.
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
I'm sure you did. Why didn't you tell us you saw Chihiro last night before they were killed? Could have helped a whole ton if we knew before.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
Then you decided not to tell anyone, not sus at all.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony...
It was near nighttime? She sewed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. Ah, it was stuffed in the bag once Chihiro got out of the warehouse. And just like that, she was gone.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag.
So there's no way you could have seen it by accident.
If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
So you must have killed Chihiro.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Yep.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you?
She did.
That's why focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I skipped Takumi's line before. Perhaps, but you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracks and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, that had nothing to do with it. You were just hoping to catch the killer out and, you know, either lie or knows more than he's supposed to.
Ah, now I understand.
Yep.
It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Yep.
That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However...
To make him more desperate to, you know, conceal his identity.
Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
From the very beginning? Oh. Why didn't you tell us like an hour ago? I would have lost less brain cells.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
I'm not kidding. I think a few of my brain cells committed suicide in the past hour.
That's a good question.
The way he talked, because I hate him. The way he was acting?
There was a certain turning point. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
Oh, I didn't remember that. That was a week ago.
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
I like that when Kirigiri was asking me, hey, do you know why I was onto Mondo? Even when I gave the wrong answer, she was like, that's wrong, but I'll tell you anyway. The other times when you answer wrong, it's just like, you guessed wrong, try again. But she was like, yeah, screw this, let's just keep going.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
Okay, wish of the West.
No, I'm not the frightful one.
You are frightening.
Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
I mean, it was a crime of passion. Those I wouldn't say they're common, but like, friends murdering friends, it's a crime of passion, it happens. It would be weird if it was pre-planned when you're killing your friend, but crime of passion, it happens. I mean, I don't mean to excuse murder, just, you know, stuff happens. Mondo was, I don't know, his feelings took over, he took the dumbbell, paid Chihiro, and before he knew it, Chihiro was dead. What a tragedy.
Mondo, was it really you?
Maybe a little bit.
Did you really kill Chihiro?
Maybe a little bit.
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth.
Not really. We're judging everything you're saying, but not putting words in your mouth. You put those words there yourself.
What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
This is a class trial, and if we don't find the killer, we will all die. That's what gives us the right. We are your judge and jury. Monokuma being the executioner.
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is
Juror
a
of
false
your peers and all
accusation!
that.
It's true. My reasoning on that is
Hey,
pretty
welcome.
shaky.
Fair enough. But we do have one thing that could convict him, and that is the broken e-handbook that I have been preaching for the past 40 fucking minutes.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
Are we though?
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
He sees ghosts. Good to know. Wait, when you see ghosts, doesn't mean you're close to death? Yes. Soon! Soon! It will be over! At least one of my sufferings will be over.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Don't remember that one.
Really? What kind of evidence?
Apparently the stupid kind.
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
It might not be relevant. What are you trying to say exactly?
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
Tell us.
If you really insist, then...
Jack, kick him, stab him, something. Force him to tell us.
Here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Is it Leon's? Found on the ground, right? Then it must be Chihiro's. It's not mine. It's Chihiro's, I guess?
I got it!
If the killer's trying to get
We
rid of
know
it.
Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
Yeah.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed.
Killer didn't want us to find out about Chihiro's gender.
I was totally sure I'd found it.
That will make sense if they were trying to hide that Chihiro was killed in the boys' locker room.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
I don't see that. I wonder what the handbook has to do with anything.
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
Oh, okay. So Chihiro's handbook was somehow destroyed and that will lead us to the killer. I see it.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
But the handbooks are borderline indestructible according to Monokuma. How did the culprit do it?
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
I know Monokuma's gonna get pissed.
You're right. They're not.
Oh, he's not. I would have expected a bigger outbreak.
They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
Except they're weak to heat, if I remember correctly.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall.
What's that Leon's handbook, though?
For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Oh, true.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Not a mystery in a murder school game where we are solving murders. Who would have thought?
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Yep, there's the mystery. How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. Exploiting a bug, hitting its weak point by hacking it. Exploiting a bug? Not that one, okay. Too bad for you, but those things have been debugged down and back. You couldn't afford a recall. Oh, I guess I should just leave the possibility of a bug then. I thought like a bug in engineering or something because he did say there was a weak point, but okay, apparently weak point. By hitting its weak point doesn't mean like literally
You
hitting
already
it, but
told us
by
before that
exploiting
the
it.
handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Okay, I thought that statement by hitting the weak point meant like literally hitting it, but no, he meant exploiting the weak point. Okay.
Yeah! You remember that?
Yeah.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
Yeah, but it's... Didn't you? I thought you did tell me.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
They were
then...
likely broken by the same person. Since they maybe broke their own by mistake and then figured out how to do it and then broke Chihiro's?
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness.
I could have sworn Monokuma told me last time what the weakness was.
You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Come on, tell us, Coit!
You're asking me?
Yeah, tell us who the killer is, come on.
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
Wait, when have we ever talked about there being a fair trial in this game? Don't be stupid, get it?
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
You can just put it in the handbook that destroying a handbook intentionally is, you know, punishable by death. You can just make it a rule that we shouldn't intentionally destroy handbooks. Easy solution.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Again, you can just put it into the rules, and then if we do intentionally break a handbook, you kill us. Easy peasy.
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
Put it in the rules, man, and stop complaining.
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Not a meltdown and totally break!
I flippin' knew it!
You knew nothing, coward.
You knew it? Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
And you connected literally nothing until this very point. Good to know.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Yep. This is the good music.
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
I don't know if that is technically correct, but yeah, sweat evaporating does cool you down.
If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around.
That's cool.
So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
And if you're sitting on the bench in the sauna, make sure to sit on something, like a towel or whatever.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
I love this game, but I don't know if I can trust anything they're telling me.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
You're acting like you knew this all along, man.
Anyway, if you found the victim's
good, we're back
handbook
to the
in the
investigation.
sauna,
Sorry, we're back to the class trial.
then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
And odds are that the killer broke there the same way, in a sauna. And what two people do we know that went to a sauna? Yes, indeed.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
Okay, we'll get there in a bit.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
By accident.
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
I know it was an accident.
What if they found out by accident?
Thank you, smartest person in the room.
What do you mean by accident?
What if they went into the sauna with the handbook and when they came out, it was broken?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
Yep,
They'd
reasonable
realize
assumption.
it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.
Yep, reasonable assumption. I mean, to figure that out, that, you know, I went into a sauna with an unbroken handbook and came out with a broken handbook, thus the sauna broke the handbook, that does take a few brain cells, and I don't know if any of these people whose names are not Giri could figure that out ever. But, reasonable assumption.
And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
I mean, we know two people who went into the sauna.
I don't know
Really
of
recently.
anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I know two people went into a sauna fairly recently, and given their outfits, I can imagine one of them had the handbook.
I might know someone who did.
Thank you.
Whoa, seriously?
Surprise Pikachu face. Well, shout Pikachu face is the term.
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
the guy we suspect to be the killer of Adamondo himself. And Ishimaru knows. Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? Oh my fucking god. Yeah. It had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was... select someone. Here he is.
Here's my answer.
What a shock. The guy we're trying to
Mondo,
prove is the culprit is
your
the culprit.
handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
How do you know? How do you figure? Who even knew I went into the sauna other than my best bro ever?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Because it's the truth and we don't like dying.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
Yep.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
Which was dumb. I mean, the whole contest was dumb.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
Sounds reasonable. Again, you'd need more than 0 brain cells to figure that out, but, you know, the killers are always smarter than the rest of the populace in this game, so I see it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I don't know if we actually have actual solid proof. I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of doubt. Did I? Remember that. Okay.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Allegedly. I mean, you could show us your handbook.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Was I though?
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
He's the Valkyrie gang leader. I kind of disagree with wouldn't hurt a fly. Okay, since we assume that the broken handbook is either his or Leon's, he needed to get somehow around school, right? Which he can only do with a handbook. So, show us your handbook. If it's not Leon's, we'll believe you.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
If what he says is you broke your own hand.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves
that what Makoto said.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Damn it!
See?
The R button again.
Makoto was
Was I? Okay, now I'm supposed to shoot. I'm supposed to shoot Mondo like I wanted to before.
Let's test if
what he says
is correct. You broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually
then that proves that
well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Ah! Makoto was wrong. Mondo would hurt a fly.
Let's test if what he says is you broke your own hand. In other words, if Mondo's, then that proves that.
Well, my goddamn handbook works
sure
just.
Does. Finally,
that's wrong.
Attempt number 20. I don't talk during non-stu debates, but it's really hard
Mondo,
for me. Okay, I'm
the
bad at
handbook
controls.
you have right now. Is it really yours?
Yeah, show us your handbook. If it's not Leon's, we'll believe you it's yours.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I mean, it could be Leon.
The broken handbook that was in the main hall.
We assumed it was Leon, but what if it's not? Then where's Leon's handbook?
Isn't that one actually yours?
Presumably, if we broke it.
What the heck are you talking about?
You stole Leon's. You stole Leon's handbook and you put your broken one there. Oh wait, you're Ishimaru. He stole his.
What I mean is,
whatever.
I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works.
That would be reasonable.
I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
Yeah, he did say that, didn't he? That like blunt force trauma, nothing.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's.
Reasonable.
Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
Sure.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
We've been over this. Loaning out your handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone's is not. Play on words.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if
Also
they're
true.
dead, they're not a student.
Yeah, that's stupid, but yeah, fair enough. According to Monokuma's stupid dumbass rules.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
It's so obvious. How did you not figure this out, people?
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so.
You're welcome to show us your handbook and prove it's not Leon's.
I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
He didn't.
Son of a
We didn't
bitch.
make a mistake.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong!
But he's not.
You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time,
Okay,
from
this
the
is
beginning.
The fun part of the game.
That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Alright, let's do this. Closing arguments begin! Okay, Chihiro, Celeste, okay, these are all murder related. I need to find something before Chihiro left us, so this one. Go here, and everything else is matched to an object. I think these two would work. This one and this one. The Chihiro using their cards to go in our handbook and then opening the mail door. Yeah, not the female one. And these are all murder related. They seem, or at least they seem to be. And there's one Gecko related. Okay, let's use these two. Chihiro used their handbook to get into the police locker room. See? Chihiro saying something, and suddenly the killer has a dumbbell. So I guess this one with the dumbbell, like lifting up the dumbbell, would be before, you know, holding the dumbbell and killing Chihiro. Do I have something where they're killing Chihiro? Blood splatters on the wall, on the floor, and the dumbbell hits the floor. I might come back here later. Let's see. The Chihiro's dead, they roll up the carpet. I think the next one is taking off the Gravier poster, the idol one, and carrying everything into the girls' locker room. Oh, okay, I think the thing that's supposed to be here is the poster got bloodstains as well, since this is just showing the bloodstains everywhere. Okay, they got in, put up the poster, go to get his body down. They were super fucking exhausted, so they left after everything was switched around. And then Byakuya came, because of course he did. And first you have the cord. This is him carrying the cord. And then we have him writing Bloodless Fever. Here it is. Just a little differently in English, but whatever. The killer holding a handbook. We throw it into the sauna. And I think this is that they're supposed to be leaving the sauna. Did I accidentally not put the cable here? Yeah, I accidentally didn't put the cable here. I noticed I had it in my inventory. I want to put it there. Let me game. It's gracious. I need to be more on center. Thank you. Okay, reenact.
Here's exactly what happened.
Will this work, or did I fail again? This is the fun part, but it's
let's
hard.
take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Not even the game is consistent with which pronoun they use for Chihiro. God damn it.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
Sure. I love the music.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room.
Like, if you're gonna be so into deciding that Chihiro is a male just because they're biologically male, without knowing, like, anything, just at least keep the pronouns, man. Switching between them is just confusing.
But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Because they were apparently a boy, and it's biologically.
Simple. Because she was really a he. Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
This all feels icky.
Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro.
Yeah, it was not pre-planned. This was a crime of passion, a spur of a moment thing. Which means that the, you know, it wasn't intentional. Or it was? I guess murder's intentional, but it's complicated.
And attacked him.
Yeah, so just
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
I thought it was just the floor that was the carpet.
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Because it was. Again, you don't just like go with someone into a gym or a locker room and then you're just like, oh yeah, the best way I can kill them is the dumbbell here. If it's pre-planned, you usually bring the weapon, I'd say. Because you plan it.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
I don't think they were hiding the act. It was like pretty obvious that a murder happened. I feel it was more like they were trying to keep Chihiro's secret that Chihiro wasn't biologically a female.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course.
Yeah, we have Sayaka and Junko's just playing around. Either of them could have been used.
But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl.
Yeah.
After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work.
I'm still fascinated how they were supposed to do this because, like, yeah, the poster is easy, but the carpets, like, unless you roll up Chihiro into the carpet, then wouldn't the blood from Chihiro get everywhere? Like, if you take the body and put it on the floor, and roll up the carpet and move the carpet and then get to the body, wouldn't there be blood on the floor? Like, I think the easiest way would be just they rolled up the body in the carpet and took the whole thing. But that's not what the game is saying, so I'm just kind of confused. It's not important, I just noticed it, right?
They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
Never heard of it, never will hear of it again. And then Byakuya came in, because of course
That
he did.
could have been the end of things, but no.
Byakuya Tensor himself.
Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
Of course he did.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Okay, that one doesn't belong there. I thought they took... Fine. Okay, so this is them actually going into the sauna. They threw away the e-handbook. this is supposed to be the handbook being broken? Because that one apparently doesn't belong there.
Here's exactly what happened.
Okay, yeah, they did enter the
And
sauna.
around the same time that the Yakuza was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna.
I love how, like, despite there being so many puzzle pieces, I can just put all of them together perfectly. But then there's the one that I have brought. The one!
There, they plan to destroy the
Curse you.
last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget.
Well, that's what that picture was showing.
Somehow,
I didn't
the
get it at
killer
all.
knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Isn't that right?
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Curse you. And he would have gotten away with it if it weren't for us meddling kids.
Wait. No. This can't be right.
Except it is.
Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence?
We just presented it.
You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Who else do we pin it on? You? Evidence that Momo's the killer had already revealed itself early in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. Look, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Wonder if you want to prove you're guilty, show us your e-handbook. If it's not Leon's, I guess we're wrong. A new element has been added to the truth, to bulletine valves. Would you like to hear more? Yes, because I don't remember the mechanics anymore. Let's talk about fever time and nigga time. During the bulletine valve, if you press the R button, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push the A button however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this will only last until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got to access this special time, right? So we've also prepared something called Nigga Time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Nigga Time during the bulletin battle, your tempo maker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate Fever Time at this point, no, never mind, I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't even know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Nigga Time. I still have no clue what my difficulty is. Well then, good luck and have fun! Moment of truth. Yeah, I'm fighting this guy.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong.
I did what seemed reasonable, and I clicked the R button during Nigga Time, and I guess we all die. Oh well. It would appear that one with the most votes is Makoto. Makoto is not blank and too bad. Looks like the real killer gets to graduate. Congratulations to them. On the other end, everyone else must now get punished!
Is this really the end for all of us?
Okay, so it appears that you're really not supposed to press the R button during Nigga Time. Yeah, let's give it another shot.
I refuse to give up yet!
Nah, let's just get to it. Okay, so don't press the R button during Nigga Time, got to. I'm really bad at rhythm games.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen.
I think I should be talking to entertain you, but I really can't right now. I'm bad at rhythm games.
I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. You're corrupt.
I can't see what they got time. What the fuck is going on? Yeah. Let's get this going again. Yeah, let's give it another
I refuse to give up yet.
I'm gonna get a really bad grade for this part of the class try, but this is really hard, okay? Okay, let's try reading it again. Oh well, I wanted to read the Nega time again, but this game works weirdly with selections, so... Fuck this. Let's just...
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you.
I need help. Whoop. Tempo maker. Turn tempo if you have to press the buttons in the rhythm. It misses. If it reaches you, refill the case. Goes in tempo up, tempo down. Keep missing that result in tempo down. Lock on A button. And then enemy statement. At this point, press the A button to lock on. Attack X button. Once you've locked onto statement, press the X button. Okay.
False! Show me some evidence. I won't listen.
Oh, okay.
You're
I didn't
corrupt.
press the X buttons enough because I forgot how they work.
I refuse to vote. I refute you. False! Show me some evidence. I won't listen. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you.
Okay, I think I kind of remember how this game works.
Show me some evidence.
Oh, thank fucking God.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
I needed to press the X button all along. That's all I needed to do. Oh my God. Okay,
If
no.
my thinking so far is right,
I should read help more often. If my thinking so far is
Mondo
right.
must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's.
Oh, thank God we finally figured that one out.
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now.
Not like we could have figured that one out 2 hours ago.
Once we do that,
Not 2 hours
we'll...
ago. 30 minutes ago.
We don't gotta do that.
Oh, he admits it. Nice.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
I'm gonna get such a terrible grade for the last section because I died like 3 times. 2 times. Only twice. Oh, I need to press the A button. Oh, awesome! I got an A rank despite my atrocious score for, you know, the last section.
Bro?
At least something's good.
Bro, what are you saying?
That he's the killer.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up.
Yeah, surrender.
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
Yeah, turn him into butter.
Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Oh.
Roger that.
Yes, sir.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Given that pretty much everyone is convinced that Mondo's the killer, it's gonna be the right one. And not the dreadfully wrong one! Trial end. Okay, voice acting.
What?
Oh, this time it looks like you got it! Yes, it is so! The black that killed Fujisaki Chihiro was... Momono!
mundo!
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? 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 Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men.
Ha!
Oh, but for anyone who doesn't want to hear it, you can hit the beep button to fast forward the text. I want to hear it. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Fujisaki Chihiro. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weaknesses. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. No, nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. Weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
I also don't want to leave things the way they are. So, maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger!
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only choice he would get at it. I think he said chance.
Hey,
Yeah, that would be the first and only chance he got at it. Whoopsie. When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for help, for someone's help. But he wanted to tell the person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yeah, it sure was! biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Alas, Mr. Machamondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo. I think this is supposed to be Monokuma speaking. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that. So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did. To keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room? And why he destroyed Chihiro's e-handbook?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made with Chihiro.
But
how does moving the body keep his secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing this handbook. See? Then, Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro? We'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know? Even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
That's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daiovada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daiya that Mondo even got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of a starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daiya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2 is younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peachy and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness and reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. I love voice acting, Monokuma. The kid's gonna take over for Daiya, huh? They created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be your leader? All they'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. What Which is why...
I just...
I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mother challenged him to a street race. But during the race, a tragedy struck. A truck struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Yeah, that one's real sad. That is really sad. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Which... Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but I had never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. It's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. Oh my god, this is real sad. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Naya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
Strong. Strong. And yet... As soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why... Mondo. After I sewed Monokuma head on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness. I just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before.
I
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, the fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Cause, I mean, you kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I've been living myself. I had to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt to try, right? It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying
What?
if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making
What?
fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn
Why
you!
did you have to tell me all that? Or trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong, I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a
and
bitch.
stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had a dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey! I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo, he was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him! For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't get free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Cause I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead. Say that again, I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now.
You're right. The blockhead that disrupts the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Mundo, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Right, we're going to punishment time again. So, I will give this warning. I'll give it before every punishment. This is gonna be, I think, less gory than the last one, but it's still not a nice one. So if you're queasy, dip for the next, 2 minutes. Give or take. I'm not sure how long, but just, leave for a hot sec. If you don't want to see this, just leave for a while, okay? It will help, I swear. But yeah, it's punishment time! I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Yay, punishment time. Last warning, if you don't want to see this, just leave, please. This it's not gory as gory as the last one, but it's still not a nice sight. Or not as explicit as the last one, but constant. Still not a nice sight. Wanna go as good as something better, that's so cute. I don't remember what it's called. It's some sort of cage. The Cage of Death. Okay, that's a very easy name to remember, I guess. I love the music though. That's really nice. This game Oh, he's got a hula hoop! And Monokuma's dead. And Mondo's missing. Again, I've seen these before, it doesn't surprise me. It's just, as I said, this one's a bizarre one, to say the least. Yeah. Wait for it. There we go. I think the implications are clear. That's why there's pancakes.
Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace.
It can't be. My brother. Another murder, another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Well, someone's going nuts. Very much so. I stuck a sad scream invaded our skulls. We were each forced to realize once again. But of course he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya.
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that. A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that...
However...
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondov's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignore the nighttime rule too. It's self-imposed, no one has to follow it. It's stupid anyway. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. No, you didn't. That's stupid. Like, to be clear, the way the locker rooms work is that first you need to enter a separate entrance, and then you get to see the boys and the girls' locker room. So, like, Byakuya's saying that, oh, I just went accidentally. But that can't happen, like, unless you were already going to the locker rooms and entered that one door. You don't accidentally see that. You could see him going outside of, like, the locker room space in general, but not the girls' locker room. This makes no sense. I don't think they thought this one through. Just because this one makes no sense whatsoever. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What?
You mean you actually witnessed the murder? No, he didn't. He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Wow. So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create a fake murder scene.
But
damn, man. If we hadn't figured out who really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached to that point. Of course. Byakuya turned to look me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. Or you could just kill him. Literally, the only two useful people in this trial are me because I'm the player, and Kitty Kitty. If you just kill the two of us, you're safe. I don't think anyone's catching you. I mean, with the exception of you just outright saying, I know who to look out for / kill. but other than that, you should be fine. But...
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask, Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next.
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to man.
What?
You're over-exaggerating.
I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean.
Damn it!
Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every stupid little thing.
Whatever, doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how
The son of the noble family, truly you understand me? I think this is sort of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up, I would never stoop to a level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of Togami family, for which victory is foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
Oh, this is so cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something! No trash mob for you!
He is a trash mob, don't worry. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Temper! Sounds like someone needs an
God, I think Monokuma destroyed my voice again. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. No, they wouldn't. And for those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. Oh, okay, fair. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. Yeah, I think it does. It was the worst kind of despair. Chapter 2 over. I think. Oh.
Well, anyway, like I was saying...
I did not expect this.
This is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring?
Isn't it crazy?
Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed.
Disappointed?
I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part.
There's a spy in the group. Oh my god.
You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right?
Oh my god, this is so cool.
Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay?
Okay.
After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
Oh, this is so cool. There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Okay, so it's someone certainly from the class, because first of all, you know, spy. Second of all, they're hiding the voice actor. They didn't want us to know what the name is or what the voice is. Interesting. Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean. There's 16 of them, the fuck?
Ooh. My, you really
here.
took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but...
Such spoilers!
Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Okay, this is either I'm not stupid enough to reveal my ace in the hole, or this is supposed to tell us that someone will find out and they won't share with people, I think. I don't know, but I think this is leading us to paths, right? Either Monokuma's just really not telling which is the clear one, or someone, presumably Kirigiri, given that she's the only one with 2 brain cells. We'll figure this out. Who's the 16th student? Oh my god, there's 16 of them! It's the 16th student. Okay. So there's a traitor, I guess, a spy. And they don't know who the 16th student is, so they're closer to the mastermind? Or maybe the mastermind is the 16th student. It's possible. Now is chapter 2 over? Chapter 2 is over. Boy's life in despair. Shit. We lost 2 more people. To be continued. Oh my god, this was a thing. Okay, so I lost a lot of brain cells. You received a crazy diamond present. Yes, let's save the data. Okay, so I lost a lot of brain cells. We may have molested a corpse. But other than that, this was fun, I would dare say. This was interesting at the very least. I have stuff to complain to my sister about at least. She doesn't watch these streams. She has better stuff to do. But I always have stuff to talk with her about after this, because oh my god, it took them 40 minutes to decide that Genocide Jack is not the killer, and then they molested a corpse. Choices were made in this chapter. Anyhow, thanks so much for watching. I'll continue Danganronpa next Saturday, where we will start chapter 3. I have no clue what that chapter is called, but we'll find out next week. And, you know, for more of my stuff, unless I get sick, which I'm already getting, so, I can't tell you if I'll get sick. You'll see that on Twitter. But if I don't get sick, I will be here on Monday doing more Pokemon. So I hope you join me for that, or, you know, next Saturday. Either way, I hope you like this, and have a good day or night, which one you're having. So, bye-bye!